Alright, so to start this one out, if we want to find the solutions to this polynomial function, we would do what we normally do. We try to factor it, because when the polynomial is in factored form, it's easy to find the zeros. And so we look at this first one and we go, oh, 1 times 3. What's 1 times 3? That is 3. So that's going to go on top of our little big X thing that you guys all love so dearly. And on the bottom, I put negative 6. I put negative 6 right there. Talk to your neighbors right now. What multiplies to give me 3 but adds to give me 6? Alright, come back to me. You guys should have said nothing, right? Because the only two numbers that multiply to give you 3 is 1 and 3. And that will never add up to 6. So it is not factorable. We cannot factor this thing. What are we supposed to do when we can't factor? We use a formula. Now when I normally teach this, I teach it to Algebra 1 students, and I will tell them, hey guys, you want to hear a story? And I totally lie to them about this story, and then I tell them later, oh, that wasn't really a true story. This is why I told you that story. It's the extreme story about the negative boy. Have you guys heard that story?
No.
Yeah, the negative boy. You guys want to hear about the story?
Yes.
About the negative boy?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, it's an extreme story. Here we go. The extreme story is about a negative boy who couldn't decide. You guys, he couldn't decide whether he wanted to go to this radical party. And this party was radical. You guys ever walked into a radical party and just like in your mind you're just thinking, whoa, this is radical. And you don't even use that word radical, but when you walked into the party you thought radical. And so the square boy, wait, do you ever call people squares? Like, hey, that dude's a square. And some of you guys are thinking, what is this, the 50s, Mr. Patey? Okay, you might not use square, you might call someone a dork or a wiener, I don't know.
You're a wiener.
Wait, hey, guys, so listen up. I'm sorry, I lost track here. The negative boy couldn't decide whether or not he wanted to go to his radical party, so the square boy missed out on 4 awesome chicks. I'm not talking about the birdies, people. I'm talking about the chicks. Yeah, he missed out on 4 awesome chicks. So you know what happened instead? Instead, he stayed up all night until 2 a.m. playing video games. That's an extreme story, isn't it? All right, here you go. This extreme story is all about a negative boy who couldn't decide whether or not he wanted to go to this radical party. So the square boy missed out on 4 awesome chicks, and instead stayed up all night until 2 a.m. playing video games. It's a dumb story to help you remember the formula.
Really, we're gonna remember all that.
Hey, you can memorize my story or memorize that. Okay? Alright, so how to use the quadratic formula? Well, in order to use our quadratic formula, you must know what a, b, and c are. And then, so you can use this template right here, ax squared plus bx plus c, to help you identify the a, b, and the c. So what is the a for this guy? What's the a? So 1. What's the b? Negative 6. What's the c? 3. So now you got to plug all these dudes in. So the b is negative 6, so I plug that in. Then I go plus or minus, and I go square root. Now I have to go negative 6 again because we have to square the b. Then we say minus the 4 awesome chicks. The awesome is 1, and the chicks is 3. And then you draw the fraction thingy underneath the whole thing, and then you say 2 a.m., and then so that the a is just 1. After you plug everything in, I like to go to the party first, because who doesn't like the party? So I'm going to this party right here, and the first thing I do is I take the negative 6 and I square the Dalgate. When I square the Dalgate, I get 36. And then I see this 4 thing right here. I go plus 4. That's a negative 4. You see that? It said minus 4, but I know it's a plus negative 4. What is negative 4 times 1 times 3? Plus negative 12. Okay, so what is 36 plus negative 12 going to give us? 24. Alright, so I simplify the party first. I just taught you guys how to party. Now let's rewrite this. We have positive 6 plus or minus the square root of 24, all divided by 2. Now, do you remember how to simplify radicals? You must know this. This is a review thing. Here, I'm going to show you. the square root of 24 can be written a couple different ways. We can say the square root of 2 times the square root of 12. We can say the square root of 3 times the square root of 8. Then we could say also the square root of 4 times the square root of 6. Now, I only want one of these. I want the one that I can simplify. Guys, can you take the square root of 2?
Nope.
No. Can you take the square root of 12? No, so I don't want that one. Can I take the square root of 3? No. Can I take the square root of 8? No. So I don't want that one. Can I take the square root of 4?
Yes.
Yeah. This is the one I want right here. So instead of square root of 24, I say square root of 4 times the square root of 6. Square root of 4 is 2. So now I simplify. I go 6 plus or minus 2 square root of 6 divided by 2. Well, I like that. That was cool. Thanks for doing that. I said, you guys are all, So, after you get to that point, finally, we get to simplify some more. Guys, this is what this thing is saying. It is saying 6 divided by 2, and it's saying 2 rad 6 divided by 2. You got to divide each of those by the 2. You cannot do this. This is wrong. You cannot do this. You only divided one term by the 2. You must also divide the 6 by the 2. So make sure you do both. It's because of the plus sign. The plus sign means that this is a group right here. If you're going to take 2 out of one of them, you have to take 2 out of both of them. So this is what you get. When you divide by 2, you get 3 plus or minus the square root of 6. Look at this square root of 6 as if it was an x. If you had 2x divided by 2, you would be left with the x, right? So now I have 2 rad 6. I'm left with the rad 6. So how many answers do I have so far? I just finished. How many answers do I have so far? I have 3 plus rad 6, and I have 3 minus rad 6. So I have 2 answers. You guys following me?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to cut this in half to save some time because I'm just trying to review this with you guys. You would now have to do it with this guy also. All that we just did. You must do the quadratic formula again. Okay? Now, I want to talk about our answers just a little bit more. Do you guys remember what our answers were called? They're called solutions, roots, and zeros. Yeah, zeros. You guys remember that? Hey, can you guys do me a favor? Can you guys bust out a calculator? I don't want you guys on your calculator to go 3 plus rad 6. Quickly, quickly. What do you get? What's 3 plus rad 6? Okay, did you guys get your answer? Okay, you guys remember where the zeros were on the graph, right? You guys remember where the zeros were on the graph? Okay, let's look at our graph. Here's the graph. Look at this. Is this what you guys got? Did you guys get 5.449?
Yes.
Oh, snappity wackety.
Yes.
See? We found the 0, didn't we not? Now, try this. Try go 3 minus rad 6. Do you get this one? This other 0 right there. Do you get that? If you go 3 minus rad 6, oh snap. Does that make sense to you guys? That's how the quadratic formula works. So do you guys have any questions about the quadratic formula? No. Alright, we're done with it.